Hey guys, so this is actually my second attempt at doing this review. I just got home a couple hours ago from seeing Crimes of Grindelwald for the second time. The first time around, I was just so in awe of the movie, of what was happening. I couldn't exactly completely take it in, so I decided to go see it again today. I saw it last night around 5 o'clock at an early showing at a local theater, and it, I went with my brother last night, and it was a fun time. Sorry, my sock was stuck to a toenail. I loved it both times. I think I liked it more than the first one, actually. We just get to go deeper into this world, and the characters are a little bit more developed, at least the main characters. Um, that opening sequence, oh my god. Just, ugh. So this is intended to be a spoiler-free review. I'm going to do another one, and I'll put that up in a couple days, that will have spoilers in it. I just want to give you guys a chance to see the movie before spilling anything, because I'm not exactly the easiest filtering. It's not easy for me to filter what I'm going to say sometimes. So I do have my notes, and I intend to stick with them, but sometimes I don't. So I'm going to start off with things that I didn't like first, and then I will go into stuff that I did like. So the first thing that I didn't like was the story felt a little hard to follow, and I think it had more to do with the time constraints. Like, if it had been longer, if they hadn't cut out some stuff that I'm like 90% sure they did, then I wouldn't have had any trouble trying to follow it. It did kind of feel a little bit all over the place, but it still did what it needed to do. Like, in relationship to the Harry Potter movies, this one does what Chamber of Secrets did for those. It starts to set things in place for the rest of the series. And we do have 3 more movies to follow through, so we shall see where it goes. And we do know that the ending is in like 1945. I don't think she's going to change that. That is when Grindelwald and Dumbledore do have their duel, and Dumbledore wins the Elder Wand. So, number one, it was kind of hard to follow. That's why I went to see it again. Well, one of the reasons. Another thing that I didn't like was some of the newer characters didn't get as much screen time as they should have for us to really get to know them. One example being Nagini. We had only known her as Voldemort's snake and a Horcrux, and Neville kills her in the Deathly Hallows. And now we have this wonderful character. As of now, I really like her, but I also don't really know her. The biggest thing that I know about her is that a little bit each day she feels her humanity starting to kind of slip away, and she wants to hold on to her humanity as long as possible, and she knows that at some point she's not going to be able to do that anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not used to sitting down when I'm making my videos, but my tripod is broke and I don't have another one. I discovered literally like 2 minutes ago that my tripod was broke. My dog knocked it over, I guess, and broke it. So yeah, wonderful. But of course she would knock it over. She's hyper and a little bit over a year old, so she's still got that puppy energy. What I did like I said, the opening sequence was amazing. We get to see Grindelwald, how he escaped. I'm not giving away anything. All I can say is it's amazing and a lot going on. Oh, sorry. Kind of got a little bit out of breath, but like I said, I'm not used to sitting. When I sit, I tend to slouch over, and that doesn't exactly help. Something else that I liked. Unlike Harry, Newt knew Dumbledore was trying to manipulate him and get him to follow along with what Dumbledore wanted him to do. Dumbledore wants him to go to Paris. Initially, Newt says no, and I think we all know that, so I don't think it's a spoiler. Newt knows he's being manipulated, and he doesn't like being manipulated. I don't know anyone who does, and we tend to be really mad once we figure it out. And Newt is just kind of like done with Dumbledore. He's over everything that Dumbledore tries to do to get him to go along with his plan, and Newt does not want to. Because of the time constraint, I didn't feel like there were really any slow parts. It just kept feeling like the story was moving at a good pace for the film. I'm looking at some more notes. The visual effects were, of course, amazing. The CGI on the creatures was wonderful. I didn't really like the Matigos. They still had that computer-generated look about them a little bit still, and I didn't really like that. I felt like as far as technology has come, they could have made them look a little bit better, but that was my only qualm with the visual effects. The character development, I loved it. We got to know Newt a little bit better, and Tina, and Queenie, and Jacob, and just, we did get to see the 4 main characters start to develop a little bit more beyond what we knew them in the first movie. And we also got to meet Albus Dumbledore, obviously, and I think Jude Law did an amazing job. Of course, it's Jude Law, so he's going to do really good in any role that he plays, pretty much. And also, to add to that, Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, oh my god. He played the character so well, which I knew he would, because he tends to get, like, really, really into character. But I think I liked him as Grindelwald more than as the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland, or even Captain Jack Sparrow. And I like Captain Jack Sparrow, so the fact that I think I like Grindelwald more than Captain Jack, yeah. I think that's about it as far as my non-spoiler review. Thanks for watching. My overall score for this movie is probably about a 9 out of 10. So, once again, I liked it. I loved the world building that she's doing with this. I cannot wait to get to see where the rest of the story goes. I mean, we know the ending. We know the end game. The outcome of this whole thing is going to be that Dumbledore and Grindelwald duke it out, and Dumbledore wins the Elder Wand. But beyond that, we don't really know. And as frustrating as this is, we don't have a set of books to go along with this. So, I mean, we're all finding out along together. There's nobody that's read the books and hasn't read the books, unlike with Harry Potter. And that can be frustrating. I know that at some point I kind of started to type into Google Crimes of Grindelwald spoilers last week, and my husband caught me. He just happened to look at my laptop, and he's like, "What are you doing?" As he was coming back into the living room from getting a drink or some food or something. He just caught a glimpse of my laptop. Anyway, I think that is everything, and I will see you again in a few days when I have my spoiler review up. Like I said, I just want to give you guys time to go see the movie before I spill anything, because I really want to talk about this movie so bad. I want to talk about things that I can't talk about with people that haven't seen it. Yeah, especially the ending. I'm a little shook by the ending, but yeah. Like I said, really good movie, 9 out of 10. Highly recommend it, especially if you are into Harry Potter and the Wizarding World. Now, if you have not seen the first Fantastic Beasts movie, I suggest you watch that before going to see this movie, because you'll kind of be a little bit lost without doing that. Other than that, like I said, great movie. And I will see you again next time. Thanks.